jboy and Red Viper are going to take the left machine, and it looks like Matt Miller and Paranoia Boy are going to take the right machine for their warm-up.
At the end of the final wave, we got to the very last set, and it will be the same 4 players as we were the top 4 scorers once again.
The past few days where it's been kind of rainy and sticky, and people are tracking that onto the pads, and then just...
Everyone is freaking out a little bit because the song that we've been given to play here is Hymn of Golden Glory S22. We have 1 song warm-up and nobody's done anything in an hour. So, we're trying to find a way to warm up on 1 song enough to play Hymn of Golden Glory S22. In fairness, I have only played it once before this. I know what's going to happen, but I don't have a lot of practice on it.
Have had their share of tournaments where they realize they should try to find ways to make the pads play the way that they are most familiar and comfortable with.
So the other 3, not so much Paranoia Boy, but definitely the other 2, a little bit Paranoia Boy, are all getting very aggressive with the baby powder at this point.
Also electing for Taste Me S20 as their warm-up.
Oh yeah, great choice. Gloria, thinking about it.
Yeah.
What a stacked lineup, yes indeed.
Like I said, it's mostly more beneficial at this point when you know you're going to play a very fast chart to get something at least close to it to get a good warm-up on. I guess we're just going to go chase me all around. We should have just replaced...
Everybody decided this was the way to get ready. I'm not at all surprised. We have switched commentators. It's definitely ZELLLOOO. I think the other commentator is Tusa. I know some other people switched out in there. We sometimes had JellySlosh. We sometimes had at least one other person whose name I am blanking on. I apologize for missing. But anybody that did volunteer to commentate stuff like this, I appreciate you very much. Thank you for holding the stream down.
Well, now we get to do a little side-by-side comparison to see who had the strongest warm-up of the 4.
I'm still very interested in hearing the logic bumping this down to a 20 between Prime 2 and XX. I always thought that was a weird decision.
Sorry.
I think the logic behind lowering this was just that the bracketing was supposed to be the hard
I
part.
always found that a little strange considering other things that are in the 20 range.
Right, 20 is,
And none of the runs turn that much. So we consider that bracketing is no longer that hard.
And it's kind of the same 200-ish BPM.
I guess you could have that logic, but they still
I definitely did a
have
terrible
markets
job
as well.
on this,
So,
just
like I said, it's
getting
hard
stuck
to,
too
really
much.
gauge.
I did not feel like I was doing a great job of using this as a warm-up.
This is definitely kind of up the alley of the S21 folder.
Players not having any problems right here getting their warm-up set.
Yeah, as you see here, Red Viper gets a totally normal score with a random bad, and I get a bunch of goods and bads because I'm being sloppy.
Hopefully he's okay with the 1 bad. When you get scores that close to the upper echelon,
It's
kind of
okay.
like,
He's superb.
Superb job. You have to
I
hope
usually
that
try to
it's
do
something
this
you can
dance move
control
here with the
and
background
apply to
characters,
your
but
upcoming
I
charts
forgot where it was and I did it
with the pads or
off-timed.
your own kind of like
I didn't actually look if that was during this or if that was during someone else's run of it, but I remember doing it and being like 4 beats off.
Oh, just losing it right at the end.
this is their bread and butter though.
Yep.
Oops. Oopsies.
Miller. Paranoia Boy getting a PG
That's a
as his
PG.
warm-up. just
That's a PG that everybody at this level should be able to do, but doing it consistently every time is quite an ask.
Oh, he must
So
be
very
more-
impressive to just do it standing up, having not done anything in an hour. And as I say, the average age of the people on the pads right now is quite old. None of us are under 30 at this point. I'm 40, but I think it goes down from there right across the pads. And that adds up. This is about the fastest you'll ever see me use. Certainly on single and on something where I don't expect to turn a whole lot. I'm happy to go up to 633 or maybe 643. I can't really read that, but since I'm not going to turn and it's single,
But
And
this
he
is the
has
kind of chart.
timing.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
It's not
use it.
but this is
I
definitely a
probably
chart
should have
where
given
the
in
tech is
and
also
actually
mixed
used
and
the
you need to
stupid
be able to do
powder,
other things.
but I really
Game one
don't
looks to
like
play this
using it.
one, so it's only
It
a
makes me
9-3-1,
feel
so
like
you
I'm
can
out
probably
of
get a good
control.
score right here while playing.
He's had the opportunity to watch all these other players play today too.
Yep. He might have mapped it out. He's very good at mental mapping.
Yeah.
That is true.
Very excited to see all these incredible players here on
And notice I turned my speed up, and so does everyone else, so they're still way
this
faster than me.
2 side. Machine 2 side. They're getting into it. Him of Golden Glory, S22.
Alright, jboy and then Red Viper are struggling a little bit to start right here.
Yeah, those bursts are. It's 244.
In theory, I am still fast enough to do that.
Boy. I was
Yeah,
about to say
there's
Paranoia keeping the combo, but then
it's
it was
very-
before I said it, at
Yep,
least.
yep. It's
Matt Miller's
tricky.
still keeping it here, though.
Matt Miller came prepared, but here's the crucial section coming up.
Alright, well, let's see how this first section goes right here. Both Red Viper and Matt Miller keeping perfects throughout
Probably
this.
not surprising. I was not really
It looks
making
like
an
they're actually
effort to try and make
electing
them
to do
clean.
them as 12 runs instead of
Like,
full
I rounded them
16
out to be
runs. Saving
12ths.
energy and managing to stay within the perfect
Within the
window.
perfect window.
That's about the best you can get of both worlds right there. Saving energy and still getting your best possible score for each step.
J-Boy
Yeah.
But nobody's slouching on this. Everybody's putting in that work.
I would say J-Boy having a little bit of struggling on these, like, getting the more goods and grades relative to the rest of the board, but it's such a stacked lineup.
Yeah.
And
I
the
definitely was
life points are
feeling it by
very,
this
very
point.
solid.
This should
And now
not
we get
be
into the
something that
second
gives
set
me a
of
huge
bursts,
amount
and
of
now
trouble,
we're gonna
but
see
I
who's
just
really,
didn't
really
have
gonna
it
be
this
able to
day.
optimize here.
It's going to get twistier.
So by now I'm shortcutting way too much, and you can see that I'm not even doing the turns.
Getting the handle right there. Red Viper stabilizing a little bit now. Jimbo looking to get a little bit tired out.
Matt Miller doing a great job double stepping some of these patterns, trying not to turn all of them.
Yeah, and it's not just these burst sections that he's doing well, it's all of these bracket intended sections too with the hold. These are very hard technical sections in between all of your bursting.
I saw some red and blue bracketing. Very
Last
well
run right
executed on
here.
these pads.
Red Viper managing to actually combo the last run. Very
Excellent
impressive.
job, Red
Yeah,
Viper.
it's very
Very
doable.
happy with that play.
Just, this is not a great score for me. I
9-4.
will
Jimbo getting
take
a small
it. It is
PP.
slightly
Red
better
Viper
than my
having a
first
solid
effort,
9-5-9.
but not by much.
Paranoia Boy getting a 9-6-7 for a small PB as well. Matt Miller, no PB, but his PB was also really good, and he only had one miss with a 9-8-4.
One miss is insane.
That
Really
is an
impressive by
amazing
Matt.
run for a tournament. especially
Strangely
this
enough, I
late
think
in
I'd
the
have a
game.
better chance competitively on the
I don't even think my
25
own
because
PB
I'm
is
going to
that
get
high.
equally as
That
tired,
is an amazing
It's-
performance.
but-
It's a crazy chart. That's all I
you
can
know,
say.
not have to worry about scores so much
We are
and just
cruising
worry
right
about
along
running.
To the end of the Pump It Up tournament shenanigans for tonight.
At this point, I will skip a
As our
little
last
bit
4 players. See how they do on these ones.
I'm good at been a lot
because everyone has to play a double chart.
And we have been slowly chipping that down to 16 players.
Everyone has to
Now that
play a
we are
double
in
chart,
round
and
3 of the tournament.
the double chart that we got is famously one of the more frustrating 23s for a lot of players.
Players finish out
It is sudden appearance image.
We are going to see which 8 competitors out of the 12 in
This
pool
comes up for me quite often. I did actually play it more often than the other charts because I kept getting lost in the freeze section when I tried to casually play it.
for the Pump It Up tournament.
And so you'll notice when my score comes up here that I have a 9.53. I have played it a few times, but that is definitely not the sort of score you would expect me to get on a 23. And generally that's because, one, I'm not familiar with this, and two, it is really annoying.
I would say
Like, this
this
chart's
tournament
extremely
format has been
frustrating.
Very fun to watch and like kind of follow along with. It's a little bit different than kind of what we've been used to.
Any reasonable score puts both of us into the top 16, but as mentioned, this is a seeding round, so we absolutely want to do the best that we
I don't think Jimbo
can.
has much experience on this chart, but I know Matt Miller has practiced this on a bunch to get a good score.
Paranoia Boy didn't get a hugely impressive score, but I'm still behind him by a lot. Because I lost him of Golden Glory by a
Getting
lot.
out of here, Matt Miller having no problem. But both players getting the 30 seconds just fine.
Very, very controlled job on that first lunge.
All right, both players running them very well,
Wow.
not having any issues. Both these players know how to run.
Look how wide those runs are. They're very, very controlled.
jboy having no problem still comboing the harder ones right here. And both of them having no problem getting
Yep.
that hold right there. That one was worth 5, so that one's very risky. Very excellent runs all around.
Yeah, we saw the 5 combo miss on one of the previous players.
Now we have the very technical brackets right here with the jumping. And this is where Matt really shines, because this is more of his specialty.
Bread and butter.
That's definitely more Matt than it is me. You can see I definitely don't know where those jumps are going.
Difficult to read and do, but Matt is having no problem comboing through.
Especially when the red brackets show up, I can see jboy going a little bit shy on not tipping the entire way into it.
Yeah, Matt's still keeping combo too, so he's getting points from the max combo bonus still.
Great recovery from that great chain.
And now we get into the hold tap section right here. Both players handling well as a whole, getting just only a couple scattered drops so far.
That's the part that I couldn't do in practice, and I actually did pretty well.
Matt getting that 30-second burst right there. Beautiful middle section for both players, especially Matt. Getting that last stair, and it's all come down to blue holds here.
On that ending staircase. This is like his victory lap here.
Oh, Matt dropping that hold. jboy having no problems getting it, dropping just a little bit at the end right there. But overall, very solid performances by both players.
Yeah, fair enough.
Excellent work.
Yeah, 965, 983. Amazing.
Really, really
jboy
good on
actually
that
got a
side.
pretty significant personal best as well.
I'm happy with
Okay.
that. That's a huge up. Like I say, I didn't really understand the freeze section when I did it casually, so having a run in a tournament that did very much better makes me very happy.
Caused a lot of those misses, and that's where Matt snuck in a lot of the points.
He had 9 misses, and we saw
As a result of this, I made it out third
third
on my side. I did end up losing the combined score to Paranoia Boy because I lost so badly
Looks like the
on.
final results are in for Pool 3B. We have them tallied. It looks like Matt Miller will be our winner of Pool 3B, taking it first place with a 1.96 million score, ahead of the pack.
Coming in right after is Red Viper with a 191. Very solid. Like, he wasn't sure how he was going to perform today, considering
Was that behind Rick?
but it looked like he
Wow.
pulled through very well.
I might have been as low as 4th.
After that, we've got Paranoia
Just on the
Boy
back
and
of having a
jboy for
very
34.
bad,
Yeah, they really pushed on sudden appearance image.
a very bad.
Awesome to see. Lightweight coming in 5th, not too far behind. The first 4 players, 1.90 million or higher, and lightweight with a 1.86 million, very, very close behind.
Yeah, nice. And so at this point, it became pretty clear that we had about 4 on either side of the combined pools. There were about 4 on each side that were stronger generally, and about 4 on either side that were going to qualify to top 16, but were going to really, really struggle in the head-to-heads. So we head into top 16 with some really, really big names ready to throw down. And it's going to get very, very alarming very quickly. I'm going to come back and do some of those over the rest of the week. I hope you're having a good time with it. Now the big stuff starts coming in. Thanks for watching, and we'll get back into it shortly.